Hi everyone. For my project, I divided the problem into two categories. The first one is the end users and providers. In this case, the end users are the players, and the providers are the field owners and operators. Every one of these two categories have their own problems that I need to solve and address. The first one is for the players. I need to create some sort of a platform or a place where all of these end users, all of these players can come. They can talk with one another. They can know where these games are, who's organizing it. They can join, create games, and interact with one another. This is the first part of the problem. The second part of the problem is the providers. For the providers, there's two major issues. The first one is the minimal number of supply because of the very high rents and real estate properties. And the second one is the location. All of these available fields are in very remote areas that players have to drive for 1 hour 45 minutes to go there, because the further you are from the center of the city, the cheaper the rents are, and everyone knows how very expensive it is for the rents are. So it's basically the startup of these fields and projects are very high, while the operation costs are very low. Because what do you need? You need a couple of lights and someone, a field manager or a field boy or whatever it is. So the solution that I've got is creating some sort of a virtual platform where all of these, for solving the first problem, I'm creating some sort of a virtual platform or a field that all of these users in the UAE can come in, join hands together. They can have their individual playing cards. They can talk to one another, create games, join games, interact with one another, and rate each other. So this is the social part. The second part is the fields. The fields, what I'm proposing is to give the providers the option of creating new games. They don't have to rent or buy a land, but in other hands, in other way, they can use some of their unused spaces. For example, if he has a building and he has an unused roof, for example, we can provide for you the tools and instruments, and you can use that space for a field, and you can get that extra money. The way we're creating money on this is two ways as well, long term and short term. The short term is the obvious way: provide some sort of a fee on the providers, not the users. The users are for free. The providers, they pay some sort of a very small amount per game or per event or whatever. The second one, the long term, is we hopefully we do get, once we have some sort of a very big base of users, we start marketing other companies and entities, like for example Adidas and Gillette and all of these fields.